Howdy doody, you beautiful bastards, or you beautiful bitches. We love you all, both genders. How are you doing? This is Zero Momentum Podcast. I am Aubrey. My co-host is with me, Zachary. How are you doing, Zachary?
Good, man. I'm good. Sore from golf from the other day, sadly.
Man, it's funny. We woke up this morning and my forearms were sore, and I was
Yup.
like, what the hell did I do? And then I remembered that we golfed for 18 holes and I'm an old man.
So I feel like I didn't get sunburned at all, but I feel just like drained. You know when you have like a slight sunburn and you just feel kind of like slightly drained all day long? That is how I feel, and it's never a fun feeling.
I like to compare it to like a pool party whenever you were a kid. You're not sunburnt, you're just exhausted. Your body is
Yeah.
just it just needs to regenerate and it needs rest.
It is. You bring up a funny point though. It is interesting because it seems like the day after I golf every single time, I'm like, man, why am I so sore? And it's like I forgot that I just went and golfed the day before.
Oh, it took me a full 8 hours to remember it. We were on our way to a birthday or to my daughter's dance recital, and my wife told me, "You know, you golfed 18 holes yesterday. That's why you're sore, right?" Because I thought I slept weird, and I'm getting older, and I thought I slept weird, and my whole body was just on fire.
Isn't it just absolutely sad that we ran a half marathon and here we are saying, "Oh, you golfed 18 holes and you're sore." Like I feel like one of those sounds a lot harder than the other, and we're on the
Hey,
wrong side of that.
hey, any physical activity is difficult for me at this age.
That's fair. That's fair.
But speaking of golf, I have a question right off rip for you.
Let it fly.
All right, so this is one that yours truly came up with. Would you rather golf for a living or watch paint dry for a living? And here are the parameters. You make $75,000 a year to golf as your full-time job. You will receive a yearly 2% raise, just your normal 2% raise, but you won't have any type of pay besides that, like bonuses or cost of living adjustments, anything like that. Or would you rather make 200K a year to watch literal paint dry? Both jobs require a 9 hour shift, with an hour of that being your lunch break. You are not allowed to be on your phone or do anything else while you're doing your quote unquote work. And if you fall asleep while watching the paint dry, you do not get paid your hourly rate.
Easy answer here, golf. At least you're doing something. It's significantly less money, but I don't know because I'm assuming you're locked in for the rest of your life. Like whatever route you pick, you can't just switch jobs, right? So I'm picking golf. I can't sit there and watch paint dry for 9 hours. No phone, no nothing. That's not for
No
me.
phone, no nothing, just staring at a wall and watching paint
Yeah,
dry.
yeah. At least
And I,
golf, you're doing something fun, and you might actually get good, which is kind of exciting.
yeah. What if the PGA calls you up and they're like, "Hey, man, you're playing out of your freaking mind right now. Like, quit your day job, which is literal golf, and come play with us, which is also golf."
Yeah, to be fair, I could play every single day. I'm not ever making the PGA Tour, but
Ever.
I'm picking golf 100%.
Hell yeah, I was hoping you'd say that. I wanted to make the paint drying money enough to where like it sounds very nice, but it's not insane. I'm not going to pay you $1 million a year to watch paint dry. Because
Yeah,
if that was the case, yeah, I'm sadly picking the paint.
I
But
think if you break the 300,000 mark, that's where it really starts to get interesting for me.
yeah,
200K would be nice, but man, I mean, you're basically sitting in a room. Not to mention
what's the
the
point of
negative
living
health effects of all the paint fumes because it's wet paint, so you're smelling it. You know?
all day? Oh, okay, but that is a thought though. What if you're just like high every single day just due
Start
to
hallucinating,
paint
looking
fumes?
at the paint.
Yes. Like this place is fucking awesome.
I guess the caveat is you're exposed to a lot more pesticides if you're playing golf all day long. So
It, I think that would legitimately be what I would want to do with my life. If this scenario right here, if it was a little tweaked, if somebody paid me, I would even say like 60K a year, and my full-time job was just playing golf professionally, but I was allowed to make content out of it. Oh, dude, I would take that in a heartbeat.
I'll do you one better. I would take 45,000 a year to golf. Golf paid for, assuming lunch is paid for at the turn, and every birdie you make, you get $1,000 bonus.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Just because eventually, I mean, yeah, I might make it. I mean, realistically, every
No, I will
3 days I might make one birdie, but that's still 1 to 2 birdies a week. That's an extra 50 to 100K off of birdies.
yeah,
And then
that
eventually you will get better.
I'd say that first year for me is going to be rough. It's going to
Yeah.
be rough. The family's going to be eating rice and beans, beans and rice. Hashtag Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
But after that first year, we're going to be living lavishly.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, I agree.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good one. I'm proud of myself. I like doing the research on these fun type questions, but whenever we have our own like original ideas, it always makes me feel good.
Yeah. And it's always good to set the dollar threshold. Like you said, like it's curious to see what gets someone to budge and what doesn't. Like I love, not to engage with everybody who's not here, but to engage with our viewers a little bit. I absolutely love when we get comments back when people are saying, "Oh, I would never do this," or "Oh, I would," because it just kind of lets you know like that threshold that they're willing to do something that's just like, I wouldn't say awful, but like boring, like watching paint dry and like make the money.
Yeah. No. Definitely boring.
I've got an easy one for you. I've got an easy one for you.
Oh, we both get one off rip.
Speaking,
Let's go.
yeah, because speaking of, getting, having golfing and eating at the turn, right? You're probably down in a glizzy. Do you consider a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes, 100%.
I do as well. I
100%.
do as well.
What
That's
what are
boring.
the
That's
what are
boring
the
now.
what are the three different types of foods? There's sandwiches, there's soups, and there's something else. Oh God, what is it?
Bait.
Nate, man,
I don't know.
I'll save that question for a different podcast because there is an interesting debate on the interwebs about taco, for example. That's a hot dog.
A taco's a hot dog, and by definition, a taco's a sandwich.
Exactly.
You
See?
know, we'll have a big chart back here of Venn diagrams of what is what, and you'll see that they're all encapsulated within sandwiches.
Yes.
Not every sandwich is a taco, but all tacos are a sandwich. I think if you have any grain-based encapsulation with meat or veggies or sauce in the middle, it is considered a sandwich.
You know what? I was gonna save this I'm gonna save this. I was gonna save this for a little bit of time in the podcast, but since we're just on this topic already, I have a second question for you.
Let it rip. Let it rip.
All right, so you get 250K a year, but you can only eat sandwiches for the rest of your life. And here are the parameters. You get 250K a year, but you have to eat sandwiches for every meal every day for the rest of your life. Anything is a sandwich as long as it is between two pieces of bread. Would you take that deal?
100%, because it's basically my diet deconstructed anyways. So, yes, I would say the big knock is, ham now being labeled a class 1 carcinogen, or actually just lunch meat in general, kind of could be bad for your health there. But if it just has to be anything between two pieces of sandwich, I mean, you're talking like chicken parm. You could do a chicken parm sandwich, right?
Just
you
slap
could do
it between two pieces of bread. You're good to
yeah,
go.
you could do a steak sandwich. You could do, a taco sandwich.
Think about this though. Think about this. You can never have cereal again.
Yeah, you can. You can have bread with your cereal in between the bread, and then you dip it in like an au jus, but the au jus is milk.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
I'll do it. I'll do it on the podcast.
I was gonna say you can never have ice cream again, but then I
Ice cream
realized that
sandwiches.
ice cream sandwiches are actually a thing.
Yeah, so I would take that easily.
I would take that 100%. Funny story. Whenever I was a child, that's how I ate all of my meals. If we had steak, I would put steak, corn, and mashed potatoes, and I'd slather it between two pieces of bread, and that would be my meal. And my
Sounds
dream,
delicious.
whenever it was delicious. And my dream, whenever I was a child, was to open up a sandwich shop, and that's all we did was like very weird, specific sandwiches, such as that. And that was my lifelong dream for a long time.
So I've thought of something similar. I can't quite remember. I think it was basically the same thing, but you should open up a food truck where everything is like a quesadilla, but you could do like a peanut butter and jelly quesadilla.
Ooh.
Or you could do like, I don't know, a regular quesadilla, or you could do, like a steak and shrimp, or like a steak and mashed potatoes, because everything tastes good on a quesadilla, right? So you could just do all these different things. I don't know how well it would perform, but just an idea. Someone out there is going to open it up. Let us know how it goes.
Zachary, if there is one person in this world that supports you, it's me,
I
okay?
appreciate that.
If you opened up a straight quesadilla stand, I would support your dreams. I would eat there every day for lunch.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open up a sandwich and quesadilla stand, and it's your
Put
favorite. Actually, let's totally cut the quesadilla idea. We're gonna pivot to your childhood, and we're gonna call it between two buns, and it's gonna be anything you want between two buns, and that's gonna be our food truck, all sandwiches.
Yes, yes,
I'm all
and
in.
and we are going to be working it in full chef attire, but we're going to get Brazilian butt lifts, so we have really big cheeks,
Yeah, I love
and
it.
that's going to
I
be the funny aspect of
love
it.
it. I love it because I mean, think about it. You could do like barbecue. You could do barbecue brisket and mac and cheese between two buns, and it's like, hey, you get the full barbecue experience in a sandwich. You like Mexican food? You can do like some. You could do like a Steven on a sandwich. You could do like a
Oh,
rice with some chicken and some queso on it. Maybe throw some diced onions in there. You know what I'm saying? Like now we're talking. You like Asian food? You could do like a teriyaki chicken sandwich. You know, like there's so many ways to make the sandwich.
we need to stop giving out all of our good ideas away because one day we are going to be famous,
That's
and
true.
somebody's going to listen to this episode, and they're going to be wealthy, and they'll be like, "I need a patent on that idea currently, right now, stat."
That's fair. Actually, yeah, our worst idea was the podcast because we thought that's the only thing we could publicly do and people wouldn't steal it.
You know what? We're gonna divert on a little help Aubrey section of the podcast out right now. Zachary, I have an idea for an invention. Okay,
Okay.
and I this is one I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell because I think it is a good idea, and I don't want anybody making money on my idea, right?
Okay. Can
But
you text it to
I
me?
no, I won't even tell you. That's how good it is.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how good it is.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm not smart enough to know. I'm not smart enough to invent something, and I don't know how to start or where to take it to.
We can sign a contract right now that I can only ever take 2% of total earnings, and I will help you.
Okay, you know
I don't.
what? We'll discuss that off the pod. That's good enough for me. You have connections in high
To
places.
be fair, I saw a post the other day, and it was like you're saying like you're not smart enough, but I just want you to know how dumb some people actually are. It was someone that commented and said, "As I was typing my prompt into Chat GPT, I realized that I actually answered my own question." And the first comment was, "Welcome to thinking." And it's like, geez, you just rely on AI so much now. Like,
Hey, you can't say that though. I feel like you rely heavily on AI.
depends on what I'm doing.
Well,
It's
I
kind of
guess
shoved down my throat at work, but
they're starting to get to that point with me as well.
yeah.
They got some new stuff rolling out, but yeah, even for simple everyday things, I liked going to like Gemini, ChatGPT for ideas, just to bounce some stuff off of and see if I am in fact that stupid or if something is possible.
Yeah.
But everyday, use of AI, I haven't gotten that bad with yet.
Yeah, I have some friends that like they basically don't even Google search anymore. They just type it into AI and I'm like, I don't like if I can find it, I don't trust that, I guess. And a good example is actually I go through and I clear out my AI history often. And the reason being is because it starts to personalize towards you and it starts to give you answers that you would want to hear.
Uh,
That's great if you are wanting a personal assistant to answer the emails how you're going to answer it, but like for me when I use it so sparingly, if I ask you a question, I just want the answer to my question.
like I want the dry, cold, hard facts.
Yeah,
I
so
don't want it fluffed up or anything personal.
exactly. So example would be if I'm using AI to try and get an actual like work related question open, we run some of our videos sometimes through AI to just kind of see like, hey, what do you think? Are there any gaps here? Should we have pivoted this short clip somewhere? Like get inspiration for the podcast. So whenever I ask it a question outside of that, it'll say, oh, it'll say like, oh, you're a YouTuber or you're a podcaster, and I'm like, but that's not the lens that I want this question to be answered from, because I'm not
Yeah.
asking about the podcast. I'm not asking about content. I'm asking you something totally different. And so I hate that. But I've always hated like targeted ads and things like that as well. Like and it has nothing to do with privacy. Like you already have all my information. It's just like I don't want you to think you know what I want, you know?
Let me be naive enough to think that I still have privacy in my life. I know I don't, but whenever you're advertising exactly what I'm thinking about, it makes me skeptical of that we're living in the Matrix, and I don't like feeling like that.
Yeah, what's exciting or not exciting, but what's interesting to me is I'm like, how much ad spend is wasted on me after I've already bought a product? Because you know how it is. Like you go to a website that's selling something, you click on a product and it knows that you interacted with the product. But if you buy it, you still get pushed those ads because your Google feed is saying, "Oh, you interacted with product X. You know, you want to see more of it. Maybe we can convert you into a buyer by showing you more ads for it." Surprise, I already bought the thing. So you're wasting money showing me this ad. Like I don't it's weird, but yeah, I try not to use AI a lot. Work's kind of shoving it down our throats, but we use Copilot and I think Copilot sucks. Give me some Google Gemini, give me some Claude, then we can actually start building things out here.
Give me
But
some brain power. Give me some people just pounding their thinkers together and coming up with a solution. How about that?
I need someone in the comments to tell me how I'm using Copilot wrong. Because when I use Copilot, I'm sure it is useful. When I use it, I feel so stupid. Like genuinely the best use case for Copilot that I found is my boss the other day asked me for a file that I created like over a year ago, and I was like, oh crap, because I'm not the most organized person. So I asked Copilot, hey, find me all of my PowerPoint files that mention this. And it was like the third one down. So I was able to find a file that I otherwise it would have been very hard for me to find, or I would have had to click through a lot of files. But I joke with people like I'm Copilot sucks. They're gonna make us try and use Copilot, and they're gonna replace us with like Google Gemini or with Claude or something that actually works. Like give me the ammo to be successful.
No, AI
So
is scary. Micah actually looks down on us for kind of using AI occasionally for the podcast. And I'm like, man, it's not going away. It's only going to become more prominent. You know,
it's
it's not one of those if you can't beat them, join them, but it is beneficial in certain aspects.
I think there are parts of content, and I think you would agree with this. There's going to be a craving for person to person content. Like people don't want to see AI content, and we don't push that out, right?
No,
But if you kind of do a balancing act of like, okay, this can genuinely help me save time. Where can it help me save time? And if that is not impacting the user experience, I'm more than happy to use it. Like that's my take is if I need to get some hashtags, relevant hashtags for an episode, instead of me just thinking out of the blue what I want to add, I can upload it and ask, hey, what are like the 10 most relevant hashtags for this video? And that's something that it doesn't impact the user experience, but it is going to potentially help me down the road. And it also saves me a lot of time. So that's my thing. If it can be beneficial, and as long as it's not impacting the user, like I wouldn't want the user to have to interact with anything AI related. Like you don't need to click on my video and see it like AI edited and all this kind of stuff. Like we don't do that. So
no, not at all. I do think that would be overstepping some sort of line, but man, if it could save us a little bit of time and hopefully a little bit of money, you know, I know saving money is kind of I don't want to say evil in some people's eyes, but you know, AI is going to cut cost on a lot of companies, but you and me being two 30-year-old dads and this is what we do as a hobby, you know, I don't want to dump hundreds of dollars into like a thumbnail artist or a video editor just as
yeah,
of yet, you know?
that's
So if AI can assist with something like that, I see no problem with it.
yeah. I think it lowers the barrier to entry because you hit the nail on the head right there. We're two 30-year-old dads, both have kids, both work, you know, I know your schedule's not quite 9 to 5, but both work 9 to 5s for 40, 50 hour weeks. And it's like we're doing this on the side and we're able to push out as much content as we can because we have help making it more efficient. We're not getting help creating the content, we're getting help making it more efficient from taking this 1 hour clip of you and I talking to each other and clipping it out and breaking it out and pushing it out on multiple platforms. I will say, yeah, if I had more time in my day, I'd probably do things more manually because I like doing that. But, when you're talking, hey, we have a few hours every night, a couple nights a week, efficiency is the name of the game.
Yeah, yeah. No, you have to get your schedule set and you got to go bang, bang, bang and get everything knocked out or as much
Yeah.
as you can knocked out.
When I'm making millions on this podcast and I have way more time, we'll push out multiple episodes a week and I will go in and manually do things. But
I don't know why you said when I'm making millions because we're both going to be making millions.
it's a 50-50 split, brother. So if I'm making millions, you're making millions.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I do actually. Like, I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, man, it would be so cool if this was like a huge part of what I did. Like maybe you do something else on the side, like whatever you see fit, woodworking. Throw it back to the last episode, or something like that. But like, I would love to sit down and record more and push out 2-3 episodes a week if we could, because that'd be a lot of fun. And it's just like,
100%.
yeah, I just, once again, even with using AI for some efficiency things, we don't have the time right now. Not with working a real job. So
Which I know, we're still in the very early stages of this. What is this, episode 8?
this is episode 7.
Episode 7? Episode 7, not even in double digits yet. And I texted you this earlier, but I was talking to my dad about it. And just, talking about how it's going and everything. And he said that, like, he thinks it's going well. And having his approval just means the world to me because he's such a hard ass
Yeah.
sometimes. So the fact that
Oh,
he said that it's going well puts a lot more faith into this.
so I told my wife, I said, oh man, Dylan's dad, he just approved of our podcast, said we flow really well. And I said, he's really stern. Like he's a nice guy, but he's really stern. I was like, that's the only approval I needed to keep going. Like,
Yes.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yes. And man, it is such a cliche that pisses me off because whenever we were kids, he was a dick. Love him to death, but he was an asshole. And now that he has 2 beautiful little grandbabies running around, they can't do anything wrong in the world and they're just spoiled as hell. And I was like, man, like that's bullshit. They don't get to see the side of you that we saw.
Yeah, yeah. No, it is funny. He cracks me up though. Yeah. I think it's funny when you say the grandkids though. My parents are the same way. I mean, my parents, I would say, much less stern for me. Obviously, still disciplined, but like not to the extent of your dad.
But I will say I needed the discipline. I was a shit kid.
Yeah, I was a pretty good child, but yeah, even then with the grandbabies, it's like way nicer, way more. Oh, you want this? Let's go get the. Hey, I brought $100 worth of clothes that we were shopping and thought that your kids would love to have this, and that. Like it's so different with the grandkids. So
Yeah. Speaking of being fathers and children, I I have a couple of stories for you about kind of awkward situations that you can only be put in if you are a parent.
hit me.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So we just had my daughter's dance recital today. Super freaking cute. Oh my gosh. The cutest little girl that's ever existed in the world. I don't care what you say. But she has, there's four other kids in her dance class. And there's these 2 little black kids that she's very good friends with. We know the parents. They're awesome. Very, very good people. We were meeting my sister, who is white, and her 2 kids at the park one day. And my oldest saw another little black girl over playing at the park. And she just gets so excited and she starts running and she shouts her name. I don't want to say it on the podcast, but she shouts her name and she starts running over to her. And my wife had to sprint after her and grab her and be like, wait, wait, hold on, sweetie, hold on, sweetie, hold on, sweetie. Like, and explain to her, like, yes, they do have the same skin color, but that is in fact not your friend from dance class.
Yeah.
Like kids are so, they're so innocent, and she sees that skin color as her friends, and that's all she knew. So like that
Yeah.
type of stuff with kids I think is very I don't want to say awkward, but kind of funny.
Well, I think it reminds you too, like you're a product of your environment a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you don't know any different, then you don't know any different. Mind you, your daughter's like extremely little as well. So, um, yeah, I think I'm trying to think. I mean, I have funny stories of my sister doing things. Like my mom was telling me the other day, like my sister used to like she was interviewing for a school, like a preschool, and they kind of like bring you in and everything, and she was like, "Mommy, why does this girl have a mustache?" Or like things like that, and it's like they don't know any better, right?
Dude,
So
kids call it how they see it, which that's my second situation. I guess it's more avoiding a situation. We were in Walmart and we go down the aisle and we're
Walmart.
about Walmart. When we're going down the aisle, we're about halfway down, and both kids in the cart being loud, whatever. And there's around the corner comes this old lady, and she is missing both legs, and she does not have a nose on her face. Immediately turn the cart around and start walking the other way, and it's not anything to do with that person. It's nothing to
yeah,
do with them, but I know my kid is going to say something, and they're going to say it to the point or to the
and
level
yep,
where they're going to hear them.
there's likely going to be a point in there as well. Like
Exactly.
eventually, yeah,
And that's just something that I don't want to deal with right now. It's Guatemala. I don't want to be in there for as long as I need to be. Let's
yeah.
get out of here and leave.
Yeah, you're already trying to make it a quick trip, right? We don't need some controversy thrown in the middle of it. You know,
No,
we
no.
just don't need it. But it is like I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I feel like a lot of times like people with kids don't understand some things like that. In the sense that someone might say, "Oh, like that was a learning opportunity." And it's like, shut up. Most people you meet aren't going to have, no nose and missing two legs. Like she can learn it when she's, 15.
Yeah, yeah, like
Like
let her get a little bit older
yeah.
where she has the emotion to regulate and the understanding to know, oh, they're just like me. They just are missing some pieces.
Yeah, like there's no ill intent there. It's just like one, it's an awkward situation for you and the individual if, your daughter says something. And then two, like, hey, we can cross this bridge at a later date.
True, true. I think that's another thing with being a parent that I've kind of changed my mind on. I guess not changed my mind, but I don't know how to say it. But both of my girls started walking at 9.5, 10 months old. And we were so excited. We were so excited. We were think that they were really advanced. And, I feel like they speak very well and they're kind of advanced for their age. And then one day it dawned on me, you never see a 20-year-old that doesn't know how to walk. Like they never learned how to walk whenever they were a child. You know what I mean? Everybody at some point is going to know their colors, their numbers, the ABCs. They're going to know how to walk, barring any type of, mental
Good,
thing or
good,
physical thing,
good caveat there.
Yeah, like
I was about to roast you.
but
Yeah.
it kind of dawned on me, like every kid advances at a different speed. It makes no difference if they're a little bit behind.
Yeah, I think there does become an age where it's behind, but I think particularly with like new early parenting skills, like a lot of people get really worried to your point, hey, I'm at 14 months and my kid's not walking or this and
Yeah.
that. And it's like there's ranges to everything. Yeah, if it's 2 years and your kid's not walking and they're not standing up and trying to crawl on things, maybe you take them to like a physical therapist that'll help them work on those skills, or maybe you as a parent should be working on those skills if you're not. But like your kid's not any more behind in walking because they started at 18 months versus 9 months. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're gonna learn it. Same with talking. Everybody talks at their own pace. You know, they learn, they do their thing. So yeah, like there comes a point in time where you should be concerned, or you should be like, hey, how do we need to step in and help a little bit more than we have? But yeah, to your point, like everybody learns their own way.
Yeah, I kind of I'd like to I kind of humbled myself. I was like, why am I kind of being braggy about this right now? Like that kid's going to be able to walk at some point, you know? So, kind of took a step back and reevaluated how I saw some things. It felt good. I like it whenever I'm able to call myself out for being a dickhead, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I can always call you out too if you want me to.
Please, please.
Yeah, I mean I don't have
Which
anything right now, but
I married the best person to humble my ass. I think that's healthy. I
I
made a tick.
mean, I don't know, maybe
I made
she
a I
does
made a
call you
tick.
out.
She does. I made a TikTok video about it one day where we went grocery shopping, got a bunch of groceries that we, needed, and I get home and the fridge is just packed with a bunch of bullshit. And I looked at her, I was like, why the hell did we go grocery shopping? We have so much food in here. We don't need it. Why are we going grocery shopping? And she just, like, without a beat, just turned around and said, what a blessing. What a blessing that our fridge is so full. And then I thought about it and I was like, why am I complaining right now? Why am I
Right.
bitching about a full fridge?
Fair, fair. Dude, speaking of TikTok videos, two things. One, I have some for you to pull up for us to react to, or for you to react to. But
Ooh.
two, I made a video. I had a Sonic slushie, and I meant to bring said slushie in here.
Oh, I just saw that.
Yeah, for those that don't know, mind you, I like Sonic slushies. Aubrey over here has known me for a long time. We have been to Sonic plenty of times growing up, and I will get a blue coconut slush. The other day I got one, and there was a little bit left in the cup, the styrofoam cup, the next morning, and because I got it late at night, so I just put it on my nightstand, and then there was a little bit left in the styrofoam cup, so I said, oh, I'll just put it in the sink. So I put the rest of the ice in the sink. Didn't think anything of it because I was like, hey, like styrofoam's a pretty good insulator. Like it's not super hot outside or in my house, so maybe the ice just stayed overnight. But that was kind of my first red flag. Mind you, the days have ticked on, and I've intentionally not used the sink because it's still there. So today I grabbed it and I plopped it in a glass cup. And
Was it
it's
cold?
no, it's goo. It's not even ice. It's not gonna melt.
Ugh.
So from today on, I no longer drink Sonic slushies.
Which that is something that we have never allowed our kids to have
Oh
was
yeah.
any type of slushy or anything like that. Oh, I have heard they are horrible for you.
Oh
Absolutely
yeah.
horrible for you.
Well, like ingredients aside, nutritional label, the amount of sugar and calories in one is insane.
Yeah.
Insanely bad. But even what was it like 90? If you have 96 nerds over the course of 1 year, that's like you've already exceeded the levels of like arsenic. Like candy and stuff is bad for you. Like just all that is just bad for you. Which that's the only thing with the Sonic slushy being a blob of goo now instead of ice that's not melting. Is I knew it was bad for me when I bought it.
But it's
Yeah,
so good. It's
yeah.
so
I
good.
can't do it anymore though. That's just too. I try to be really healthy in every way I can, and I just think, hey, if you make more of those decisions than unhealthy decisions, you're in a better place. But I can't see that Blabagoo and ever go get a slushy again.
Yeah, just it opened up your third eye.
Yeah, well, and not consuming as much sugar is gonna keep opening up that third eye.
Hmm.
So, but anyways, I know I sent it to you so you could pull it up. I'm only working with one monitor right now. I don't know if you have it ready to rip.
I got it ready to rip, and just looking at the thumbnails of this beautiful gentleman, I'm very excited to say
I'm
the least.
let it be known, like it's relatively funny and it's a little cringe, and I know exactly what questions I want to ask you after we talk about your reaction to him. But like, I want to caveat: we are not making fun of this guy. This is the only videos he makes, so he is putting this out in the ether, and it is, in my opinion, relatively wild.
All right, let me hold. Let me see if I can get this. Let me get this figured out. Okay, I got it. I got it.
All right. Yeah, you got to do the whole share screen. Oh, there he is.
There he is. Beautiful,
There
beautiful,
he
beautiful.
is. All right, I'll be quiet. We got a couple to react to here. So, oh, you got to turn your volume up. I don't hear it.
Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. I
Oh
can.
no. Oh
Oh,
no.
wait.
We're
We got
not
it.
clipping this either. Y'all just got to bear with us here.
We got it. Share audio. I think I forgot to share audio. There we go, baby. Let's start this.
There we go.
Let's start this bad boy over.
This one might be my favorite one.
Celery, aren't you a little too young to be drinking coffee? You better put that coffee down, Celery, and don't spill it on me, whatever you do. Ah! Celery, I'm burning!
Dude, it's all he posts. That might be the best one.
Which again, one of the beautiful things that I love about the internet is people like this exist, and it gives them a platform to post the videos that they want to post. I absolutely love that about the internet and TikTok and Instagram. It's amazing the people that you come across.
I think it really helps build community because you realize you might think that you're really weird, but someone else is doing the exact same thing you're doing. Although I don't think anyone's doing this, but
It's very unique. And again, he found a way to stand out from the crowd.
that
Good for
celery, I mean, yeah.
Also, I want to just say I know you can't see this,
I
but
could see the
this
feet, though.
this is amazing. We were
For
destined to
free?
be here together.
For free? All right,
My
I know I sent you.
algorithm's a
I know I
piece of
sent you a
shit.
few of this guy. Let's watch one more.
Celery,
Yeah.
I got somebody that wants to meet you, and he won't hurt you, don't worry. But I will, Celery, because I'm Celery Man!
What is he doing? Like, okay, you don't have to share your screen anymore. I have so many questions, and I wanted to show you this because one. Do you think that this is something that he was like, I want to do this? Or do you think it is something that he said, this is going to get me views?
I think genuinely, I think it was something that he thought would get him views. I believe truly that everybody that makes content wants to see their content grow and flourish and do well. And this dude saw that it did well probably one time that he posted it. And that's just what he's been doing on repeat since.
So he's still not at 10,000 followers on TikTok, but he's got plenty of those videos that have several 100,000 views. So he's crushing it. But I also think just like at what point is the bit too long? Like
Yeah,
that's all he does.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm sure there are people that they've been doing the same bit for years, you know?
Fair.
Which, and don't get me wrong, I haven't found a bit. If I found a bit
Yeah.
that made me X amount of money or got me X amount of viewers, you know, I would be milking that shit forever.
I know what your bid is, and you haven't done anything else like it.
The feet?
No, your cotton farmer
Oh,
and
dude.
cotton candy farmer joke. So your bit is saying something that is about to sound super racist, and then it completely not being that.
Yeah, man, that's still it's not my most like quote unquote famous video, but it is my favorite one. I made one that was similar to it with the beaver and building dams and stuff. But it just didn't hit like the cotton candy one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. When I find the bit that works, I will be squeezing that lemon
Dude,
dry.
I'm just wring it. I'm gonna put it in a juice press, and I'm going to juice it and juice it and juice it until there's not a drop left.
If I even found something that was like, hey, if I post this, I know I'm gonna get 1,000 views and 3 followers every time, and it was an easy video to make, I would do that every single day.
Yeah,
Like, why
man,
not?
dude, isn't content? It's just. Man, I fiend for the numbers. I fiend for the numbers.
I have debated making our podcast the only social media posting that I do and just deleting everything else because, man, like one day I will just look. Let me take a step back. Okay. I think that I started posting on TikTok the same really the same reason anybody does. One, like it's something to do, but two, oh, some of these videos that are going viral are not that exciting. They're not that crazy. They're easy to replicate, and we can do that. A year later now, I'm a little over a year in my TikTok journey. Mind you, I have a lot of followers, which is cool, but not necessarily from posting, just from like live chats and everything. But um, it is extremely hard to find something, and then to your point, to replicate it. I've had a few videos go I would consider viral, like 50,000, 40,000, 100,000 views, nothing super crazy, like nothing in the millions, but even trying to do a similar video to that, they don't track well. And then some of the videos that you post that look like that you think are going to do well get 250 views, and it's like, oh dang, okay.
Yeah. No, you actually inspired me to start posting, which
Really?
is it which is pretty funny. Whenever you started doing your TikTok live streams and everything like that, I'm not gonna lie, we would open them and be like, "What in the fuck is he doing
Yeah,
right now?" You
yeah,
know, but
yeah.
but the fact that you jumped head first into it and you gave it your all, it's pretty admirable looking back on it. Like it's pretty cool how you just said like I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it the way that I want to do it, and I'm gonna have that high energy. And you did have some success from it.
I will say I got a 1099 from TikTok. Okay, so we made money. I'm not going to disclose how much or how little. I'm not gonna do that here. But it was enough that I like it helped. I'll tell you that much. So it's like
Hmm.
you can be making fun of me all you want as I'm driving to the bank. Like I know, and
Exactly.
I know
Yeah.
people that have done the same thing that made way more than me. I know people that have done the same thing that made way less. And it's like, yeah, dude, you start. But so that's what's funny. I started posting just videos of me making a coffee every morning because I joked with my wife, oh, I can just record our Nespresso machine and people will want to watch the espresso being made. And then I kind of pivoted to like for a while I didn't want my face in the videos. And then you make one video and you're like, why do I care? Like there's no reason to actually even care. And some of my videos are cringe. The live streams sometimes were cringe. Like I don't care. It's fun. And so I just post whatever. I mean, honestly, most of the people that I see on TikTok that have been in my profile that are my friends that I know, um, will like have engaged with the lives or will engage with my posts. So it's like pretty cool. But yeah, I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. I just man, it is a mental cycle of just is it worth this? Is it worth taking up of my time to keep doing this? And it's hard because some people find their bit, quote unquote, and you know, in like 3 months.
Like
Some people
they
it
find
takes
it
five
early
years.
on, yeah, in their content creation, and good on them. I like making people laugh, man. I like making people laugh, and I enjoy finding people with differing opinions or some things that I didn't think about, which I am gonna soft brag. I do have 2 million or two 1 million view videos, one on TikTok, one on Instagram. And
Crushing it.
well, I mean, I had to take a step back because it gets so grindy. I was doing similar to what you were doing, like posting 2 to 3 times a day, trying to be consistent, engaging with other people, and I just got to the point like, man, like I don't care that much. Not that I don't care about the content that I produce, but I don't it became more of a job than it was
Yeah.
enjoyable. So now I just post whenever I think of something, whenever I have a funny idea, go record it real quick, post
Yeah.
it, and just set it and ignore it.
I definitely set and ignore now. I think it's easy though when you're trying to grow and hey, people are gonna watch TikToks on their early in the morning. They're gonna watch them on their lunch. They're gonna watch them right after work in the evenings. It's easy to say, hey, I'm trying to grow. I'm gonna capitalize on those three times. However, I do think you see some people talk about it in the app. Like gurus that are, hey, this is how you're successful on TikTok, and that's actually a huge genre. So you'll see people that only have like 200 followers on TikTok start posting that, and it's just because people will follow you because they think that you are giving them real
I will
information.
I will tell you right now, I've had a lot of those videos come across my feed. every time one does, I go to their profile and I block them. I do not care.
Yeah, genuinely. A lot of people will say, "Oh, 60 to 80% of your content needs to be what you know works, and the other 20 to 40% needs to be, kind of experimenting." That is the one thing of advice that I think is accurate, but it is told incorrectly. You need to find your bit that works, and what works isn't necessarily what gets you more views and everything else, but what can you do where you can make, I would say, one video a day. If you really, really want to be successful, now, that doesn't mean that you do 365 videos a year. Maybe you do 400. Maybe you do 300 because you miss some days. We all get busy. But if you can strive for one video a day, and it is something that you really, really enjoy doing, or something that is easy to replicate, you will eventually build a following. It really is a timing game. Unless your content is that bad, that you will eventually build a following. And then the other 20% of the time needs to be, hey, I had a little bit of free time and I just thought of this and I think it's going to be funny and it's something that I want to post and I'm going to try and branch out and do something different. I think that would be the winning move. Mind you, I don't do that, but I should probably. I just haven't found what I want to do every day.
Yeah, I like us venturing out into this whole podcast thing. The way that I enjoy thinking about it is however many billions of people there are in this world, I could be friends with, this amount of them. This amount of people I would enjoy talking to. I would be friends with. We could go get a beer, we could hang out, and it would be a good time. If I could get in front of those people and the people have the same feelings towards me, then I'll be successful. And I think
Yeah.
there's so many people in this world. It doesn't matter who you are or what kind of content you make. There is an audience out there for you, and it's just a matter of time before your content gets put in front of that audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just got to find the right people.
Yeah. It is a freaking grind though. It
is a grind. Well, because it is, and it's designed that way, right? You hear like all the social media stuff. There was I can't remember not the podcast. There's a Netflix documentary on it. It tries to engage you and keep you there. And man, yeah, like I'll take a step back and say, I'm done with TikTok for now. I'm gonna take a couple of days off, really kind of think about it, and then the next day I'm like, man, how can I pivot here? How can I do this to really grow my audience? So it is kind of trap you. But I think that's kind of why I like the podcast so much, though, is one, we have a sustainable system where I'm literally just talking to my best friend for an hour a week or 2 hours a week if we record, but whatever it is, right? And then on top of that, we get so many videos to post and clips to post, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Like, we get so much from that one conversation that we have the content to post and we are enjoying it. So if we're enjoying it, we can do it forever. And then to your point, eventually the other people that we would be friends with that will enjoy the content as well will eventually see it and just follow along.
Yeah, no. Wholeheartedly agree. I've enjoyed this so far. I'm excited for episode 10. Very excited.
Oh yeah, but we got something special coming for you, episode 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Do we talk about it or do we let it simmer?
Let it simmer. Let it simmer.
Okay. We'll let it simmer.
We will reveal it. Maybe episode 8, probably episode 9. Build the hype a little bit.
Yeah.
Because on episode 9 we say tune in next Monday.
Yeah, because we're great at building hype.
Yeah, we're so good. Our millions of followers will definitely be listening in and excited for it. The only thing I can tell you that we should give clues. The clue on episode 7 is wieners.
And how long ours are.
Yeah, freaking huge.
Patreon exclusive. We're going to measure out how long our wieners are.
That's the thing. Zero momentum. It's no longer a podcast. Subscribe to us on OnlyFans.
Oh God, this has been fun. I gotta
hold on. On the note of OnlyFans, we should start a feet finder account. Zero Momentum Podcast. You pay for pictures of our feet.
You know what? And again, similar to the content creation, I am 100% sure there are somebody out there who would be in the market to buy feet pictures from us.
I think so. I think we branch out once we take off and we're a little more successful. I think we branch out and we say, hey, if you want to buy pictures of our feet, $5 a picture, feet finder.
Oh, you want a video of me stepping on this egg and crushing it and rubbing it in between my toesies?
I
$100 right there.
Hear me out. And then our grand prize, our grand like golden medal, platinum level membership at the top, it'll be a video of like if they'll pick Aubrey or they'll pick me, okay? And they'll say and if they picked me, right? That means they want to see my feet. So it's a video of me, like you're taking a video of me taking a video of my feet. So they're not only getting the feet video from me, they're getting the video of me videoing my feet from you. So they get close up and then also wide angle. Boom.
Ooh, boom.
$500. One time.
$500.
Monthly subscription.
Oh, enough of this gooning stuff. Let's get to the opposite of gooning, okay? This
Praise
is
the
a
Lord.
this is a hypothetical situation. I love these things. They make me think. I love them so much. So
Hypothetical.
this truly is the opposite of gooning, okay? A genie grants you $10 if you go 24 hours without orgasm or ejaculation. If you go another consecutive 24 hours, he gives you $20 and then 30 and so on, increasing by 10 each day. How long would you go? So by day 200, if you haven't ejaculated within those 200 days, on day 200 get $2,000.
I'd go a long time.
Do you think you could?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I got a smoking hot wife.
Hear me out. I do too. But the money, I don't know if the money's substantial enough, actually.
That's the thing. The money it isn't high enough for me to want to attempt that. $10 a day, I can get on Facebook Marketplace and flip shit for $10 a day.
Yeah. Yeah. If it doubled every day, that'd be more exciting. I mean,
Oh, if it doubled every day, what is it? You go a month and you'd be a millionaire?
yeah.
I had to go a month after I got my vasectomy. It was hell.
Yeah. So my thought, RIP to a real one.
R.I.P..
Actually, to two real ones. What's up, man? I I won't put a day on it. I would just say I don't think the money is worth it to necessarily do the challenge. Like I think if you were saying, "Hey, like can you go a long time?" Like sure, but I don't know that the juice is worth the squeeze on that. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. Not taking the deal. I would take the deal. I would make $30 at max.
Yeah, you take the deal because like even if you're like, "Hey, I go a week," like you make what? You go a week, you make a couple $100. Like cool.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, like okay, cool. I made a couple $100. Like let's go to Branson, man. $300. We can get into
Hey.
Silver Dollar City.
Don't make fun of Branson. That place is a national treasure.
It really is. Some would say the Disney World of the Midwest.
I would say that.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty good theme park. I wish it was bigger.
I do too. It is kind of wild looking back on childhood and stuff. It's right up the road from us, and we went there, ever so often when we were kids, and having like the ability to just go there and hang out for a day. It's pretty cool.
Went there all the time. I think I've like kind of burnt out a little bit. I think with my own kids now, well, we're still a few years off from like really being able to go and enjoy all of the aspects of it. But like, I think it'd be fun taking my kids there. It hasn't been as fun the last few times I've been. Just like I don't know, I've been so many times, and that's not like a brag. Like you can, like you said, it's literally like an hour and a half away. You can buy a day pass and then pay like $20 more to turn it into a season pass where you get free tickets. You can go whenever you want. Like it's a parent's dream because you got teenage kids running around. Oh, we're going to go to Branson for a day. They're exhausted. You get good greasy food and go. But yeah, I have friends. One of my old bosses lives in Florida now, and they do a day trip to Disney all the time. It's like the same as us going to Silver Dollar City. They're like, oh yeah, it's right in our backyard. Like they go all the time.
Dude, I went to Disney, and granted, this was 13 years ago.
Yeah,
It was for my little sister's birthday. We went to Disney, and
I knew it wasn't for yours or your older sisters.
oh no, it would never be for ours. No, that we went to Branson for our
Yeah.
birthdays.
Yeah.
But we went down there one day for her birthday, and man, it, Disney adults get a lot of shit. Like they get made fun of pretty bad on the internet. At least the videos that I partake in. And I gotta tell you, man, it's magical. I We got there as soon as the gates open, and everybody's making their way into the park, and a trolley full of pinstripers comes down the main like thoroughway, and they're all singing and doing a choreographed dance, and it was the most magical thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Yeah, it's cool. My biggest thing is one, it's really expensive.
And that's the caveat to it. I don't think it's worth it in this day. I don't think I would enjoy Disney if I went there tomorrow with my kids.
Yeah, I think for an adult, like it's been put it this way, I'm in the same boat as you. It's been forever since I've went. So when I went, there was no Star Wars exhibit. Like Disney hadn't bought Star Wars and stuff yet. So there are places to go. Like if you, I don't know where the Star Wars stuff is, but like that world park, whatever you want to call it, would be fun as an adult. I also think Epcot with like the country walk would be cool as an adult. I just don't understand why adults are going to like Magic Kingdom
With no
with
kids.
no kids, because I don't know, it's so busy all the time. I like you're literally just adding to the crowd. One, which is a parent with children there. One, I don't want you there because I don't want there to be a crowd. And then two, it's just like, yeah, it's not for adults. There's parts that are for it. Like you can go to Animal Kingdom, that's cool. Like there's places to go, but yeah, I'm kind of against it. And I think I'm more against it just because of the crowd situation. Like be there with a reason because you have kids and add to the crowd, but maybe don't like add to the crowd just because you are 40 years old and you really like, Cinderella or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't get me wrong. I understand the escapism of it. I mean, I'm 30. I could see myself becoming a Disney adult if I lived in there and I was substantially wealthy.
Yeah.
But you make yourself an easy target for online jokes.
Yeah, like I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to go to the park. I just, yeah, to your point, I understand why there's jokes about it. I also just think I am not, if my wife and I, if my parents, the grandparents wanted to watch our children for a week, I don't know that Disney World for a week is the place that my wife and I are picking to go spend our time. Not for that kind of money. If it was significantly cheaper, it makes a lot more sense. But like the money you're paying there, you can go a lot of places.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're coming up on an hour now.
Boom.
I still have two questions for you. I was loaded. I was loaded to the fucking brim with questions today.
Those questions hit me.
Which one isn't really a question? It's one that I found on Reddit, and I'll start off with that one.
We have one question and one not really a question that we found on Reddit. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll start with that one. So, $100 for every 100% you get. What is your strategy?
Wait, what? $100 for every 100% I get
Yes.
of anything?
So my first thought is I eat 100% of my dinner. So I have a dinner of spaghetti on my plate. I eat 100% of it. I get $100.
No, you've already. Let me tell you, because you can only eat so much. The actual answer is playing through hot cross buns on the recorder, okay? Because it is it's the first song you learn how to play on an instrument in elementary school, and you could just rip that all day, man. Like I'd be a millionaire in the week.
Whatsoever.
It's so easy. It's so simple. My parents are moving, and I found my recorder the other day, so it's the first.
Holy shit, that was funny.
But you know what I mean? You can only eat so much food.
Yeah.
Oh, I can play hot cross buns at least 1,000 times a day.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna Google how long. We'll just do some math here. How long is Hot Crossed Buns song? It's 10 to 15 seconds. We're gonna say it's 20 to give you time to breathe in between. Okay. There are okay, let's see. There are 60 seconds per minute, and there are okay, so 60
You always get
minutes.
so mathy with
And there's
this.
60 minutes in an hour, and there's 24 hours in a day. So there's time. You said $100?
$100.
You're gonna hate me. If you stayed up 24 hours and played hot cross buns, and it only took you like between that 10 and 15 seconds, so we'll say 12 seconds, and then you took an 8-second break to catch your breath, and you did it all over again, the whole 24 hours, you would make $432,000 a day. So you don't even got to play it all day long. You could just say, hey, I'll play it for an hour, and then I'll just do it again the next day.
God, that is hilarious. That might be the
Boom.
greatest answer that I've ever heard to a
Boom.
question like this.
Clip that ish, baby. All right.
Which it's so funny. So I saved it for a comment on the question. This guy said, my dad had this deal with me. Any test in school over 90%, he gives me $100. Any mini test, anything like that, etc. Under 90%, I give him $100. At the end of my education, he just wrote off my debt. So somebody asked, how much money did you owe? And he said, I never got over 90% or over a 90. But like
That's
us
sad.
being fathers, I look for kind of stuff like that, which I would never do $100. That's wild. But
Yeah.
like every 90% test that you have, I'll give you $10. And if you get under 90%, well, you give me $10. And at the end of your
I
18 years of education, we'll figure out where we lay, and like that's the money.
I would have made a lot of money. I my dad did something. So every kid goes through a fat phase, and if you don't, you're lucky. But there was a point in time that I was getting a little pudgy, and my sister was as well. So my dad tried to like gamify working out a little bit. So he just decided on kind of similar to what we're doing without the money with our push-ups, pull-ups, air
Oh yeah.
squats. It was, hey, we did a baseline test, how many push-ups and how many crunches, like sit-ups you could do. And then he'd give us, me and my sister, a month. And for every one we did over that, we would get $1. So me, mind you, younger than my sister, being the smart one in the family, I was like, well, even if I own, like you could do push-ups every single day, and you're not gonna up your push-ups in a month to where you're getting a substantial amount of money, but you can up your sit-up game. So my sister just kept doing push-ups. I think my sister made like $12 on the thing because she did like maybe 10 more crunches and like 6 or a couple more push-ups. I didn't do push-ups the entire time. I'm pretty sure I even lost money on the push-ups. I might have decreased my push-ups. But what I did was I went from only doing like 55 crunches to my dad stopped me once I hit 400. So I made like $300 because I was like, dude, I can just do crunches every day. You knock those out, you're going to make so much money.
You get a six pack as a child.
Didn't have one, but
Oh.
I was still pudgy at the end of the training there. But
It's funny looking back on pictures. I used to look like a crackhead, skinhead racist because I buzzed my head. Like, that was the only haircut I ever had. Quarter of an inch blocked in the back. That was my haircut from ages 4 to 17, and I looked like I was on meth because I was so thin.
yeah, I saw some pictures of you the other day, and yeah, I would agree. The meth statement's pretty accurate. I did see
like
one
father,
of your,
like son. You know.
I did see one of Stop. Oh man. I did see one of you with your really long hair the other day from like last year.
Oh, dude, I miss my long hair. I'm thinking about growing it out again.
Yeah, I miss it. I'm glad you cut it. Long hair is weird because it's like one of those things where like when you had the long hair, I was like, you got to cut this, man. But now that you have short hair, I'm like, those locks would be cool, you know?
I know,
So
I know.
I
I
told
was,
Madison, I just want a buzz cut. I just want to shave my head. She said no.
yeah. It was one of those things. I'd never grown out my hair that long, so before I go bald or lose it all, I just wanted to see what I looked like. I liked it. It was fun.
I'll tell you what, whenever podcasting is my job, I will grow my hair out because currently right now there's such an awkward phase when you're growing your hair out that I just can't do that to my friends in the office.
And I'm able to wear hats every single day, so I
That's
don't give a
nice.
shit about the
That's
awkward phase.
nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, what's your other question, boss?
All right. Excuse me, pardon me. Last one of the night. $200,000 a year, but you
Yes.
must live at the zoo. Okay? So a zoo exhibit is made, an exact replica of a luxury apartment that you get to live in. The catch, one of the walls is glass. While the zoo is open, you do... Sorry. While the zoo is open, you have to do human stuff. Watch TV, lounge on the couch, use a computer, use a smartphone. When the zoo closes, a door in your quote-unquote cage opens, and you are free to go wherever you want outside of zoo hours. Food, entertainment, medical, dental care, booze, and 10 milligram edibles are provided. You are allowed visitors. Would you take it?
Yeah, I would. 100%.
100%.
Yeah,
Always. That's
yeah.
the easiest money that I've ever made in my entire life.
Right? You want to watch me? Yeah, that's what I'm recording on TikTok. I'm recording my life for you to see it.
Exactly.
Now you just
like
get to see it in person.
I'm already trying to have this much money in this lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm actually already doing that. I'm just not making $200,000 a year.
But if I'm at the zoo, I'm throwing poop. I'm giving the people a show. If I take this deal and I'm part of the exhibit, everybody come look at the pasty white fat guy. I'm throwing my feces at people.
Here's what I'm doing. I am just gonna put the tightest Speedo on that I can find, and I'm gonna lube up in Vaseline, and I'm gonna slither around like a little slug. And I'll run and I'll jump on the wall, and you can just see me in all my glory.
Just make crazy. Just freaking act insane.
You act like one of those gorillas, like when a kid goes up to the glass and just like charge at it. You seen those videos? Yeah. Good thing it's a glass wall, though. You have somebody fall in my exhibit, you got another Harambe situation on our hands.
R.I.P. Dicks
R.I.P.
out.
Yeah, always. Always.
Dicks out for
Yeah.
Harambe.
But what a great time. Like, R.I.P. to a real one.
Dude, life hasn't been the same since before he passed.
It hasn't.
It's all been downhill.
I question people that would let their child fall into a gorilla exhibit, but
That's the thing. If we were choosing between this beloved gorilla and the kid that fell, give me the gorilla every single time.
we should have sacrificed the parent.
Boom. There we go.
I mean, yeah, like all jokes aside, yeah, that whole thing. I'm like, my child would never be, unless they just completely, not even. There's literally no situation in life.
If they just ran and did a swan dive into the cage and
Yeah.
and like just immediately and I couldn't catch up to him, that'd be the only reason.
Yeah, there's almost no situation that my child is going to fall into an exhibit.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So, but good questions, man. Good questions. I know you got the final quote for us, so I'll let you rip it, and then we're done for today.
This is just an Aubrey episode, man. I get the opening, I get the questions, I get the end quote.
I don't know how your quote's gonna be at the last one. Me hoy, me hoy, me noy, but you know
that was a very good quote. It
Doodle
caught
Bob.
me off guard. Yeah.
So did hot cross buns, baby.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna read off the quote and we're gonna end the pod. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to fucking do all the stuff, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us for an hour. The quote that I have is, whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing. Dwight Schrute.
Titty sprinkles.
Attaboy.